What's up, my doom scrolling friends? Now I'm gonna showcase a Pyromancer build which spiraled a bit out of control in terms of complexity, but before we start with some details and some grinding, I'll show you the build in the Siralim planner so you can pause the video and read everything yourself. Now, some words to Infirmity, a defiler's perk or anointment, because we are already applying bleeding, burning, bomb, and poisoned via other anointments. Infirmity has a pretty high chance to also let enemies start with some sort of crowd control debuff, something like frozen, sleeping, silenced, stuff like that. This is because the game has, if I remember correctly, 15 or 16 debuffs. So because 4 are already out of the pool, so to say, there is a higher chance of implementing crowd controlling or turn decreasing debuffs. So quite a big help to begin with. Now, most of my creatures have a split on their artifact, attack and speed. This is because they are attacking, while I also wanted a bit of momentum, because I'm also defending and blocking a lot, to apply attacks and trade procs. Only the last one has a little bit of speed and mostly defensive stuff. And the last creature here, the Cloud one, is like really the duct tape of this build, because I don't have too much defensive traits, and this holds everything together to some extent, even though I might implement more defensive traits at some point, because although I'm pretty much winning a lot and have my wins at the Gate of the Gods, still I'm losing from time to time, so this might be something to care about. So now we're going to take a look at the spell Gore Claws, which I'm using on 5 out of 6 creatures. So Gore Claws makes it so they deal a moderate amount of damage plus 5% more damage for every 1% health that the target is missing. And because we pretty much start with some debuffs, damaging debuffs, this gets increased quite a bit pretty quickly, and we also increase our intelligence via brain drain. So for now I think this is a pretty good idea, although there might be objectively better ones. But for now I want to take this one. Seems kinda logical. Now let's talk a moment about the traits on the Nether stones, because that's what the Siralim planner doesn't show. The first creature has wild stabs, so it attacks random enemies. It's a little bit random, but quite a big help. The second stone goes with goat, so adjacent creatures attack 2 additional times. Okay, I just realized if you wanna rename an artifact, you can take a look at the entire artifact and its traits and stats. Yeah, I did not realize that before. So the next one goes with pure stat bonuses, especially speed. The next one goes with Cataclysm, which makes it so that if this one gets attacked, it afflicts all enemies with burning, or if they have already burning, it increases its potency by 30%. Next one is again basically purely stat bonuses, speed again, and the next one also goes with purely speed bonuses. This is also because I implemented the stones at the end and the build was already kinda complex, so I didn't want to implement more and more trades and make the decision making even harder in the end if I want to optimize this one. Also, at some point I implemented those relics because I just needed a tiny little bit more of win rate. The build was already working quite well, but yeah, I was still losing here and there, so those relics were kinda helpful. Even though for the most part I want to build my stuff without relics. This is just a personal preference for now. Now we can just take a short look at the Gate of the Gods. I have won a handful of battles with this build, but not too many. This is because the special tasks were kinda too heavy for now. Also because I burned through like 100 keys recently. So yeah, better play it safe now. Still, it is possible to win with it. Yeah. So far to the Gates of the Gods. Now let's test some grinding and see how it goes. See, at this point, the first creature would have died, but the last one, the cloud one, made it so that it survives with like 5%. And as I said, the cloud one is kind of the duct tape of this build and made some fights like I survived pretty closely, but yeah, sometimes if the cloud gets nuked, it's also pretty much over. We can try another boss. Revelation is saving me here. It revives some teammates every now and then. Now some final words to this build. Beginners should really focus on easier things or more clear ideas, like specialized roles for each creature, other than what I did, basically implementing a lot of things, lots of debuffs, attacks, intelligent stat gainings, and wonky survivability mechanisms. Sure, you can do whatever you want, but my advice for now is keep it rather simple and effective. So I will certainly come back to this build in the future and optimize it when I kind of figured out in what direction I want to go. And I guess I'll also aim for higher quality nether stones, but we'll see. I'll put the link to the build in the info box. Okay, that's it for now. And by the way, I'm currently also working on content for Dungeon Keeper 1 and some special campaigns, so check it out if you want to see that. Anyway, see you soon.